Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Fading the Books live stream. This is for the NFL Monday night game week 2. We got two games on tap for the night. We got the Buccaneers going against the Texans, and we have the Chargers going against the Raiders. But before we get into our picks, we're gonna do a quick little recap on our teams. I'm a Bears fan. I ain't got nothing to say about them. They play like doo doo. They look like doo doo. The uniforms fit. I mean, it's just trash, trash.
No
So,
fight?
so
No fight at all?
a little bit. Caleb went back to his old ways.
You know,
Defense is
sometimes they
banged.
say that a blowout don't tell the whole story.
Man,
But this is a
was
divisional game. Divisional blowouts, they kind of
man, 52 was it 52 points? And I
yes,
when I
sir.
messaged you, I said they might put up 50, and they put
They
up
only had like
52.
30 at that point.
Man, I just seen the way it was going. I just
Ooh.
seen the way. So what about your coach out there? The city is kind of hyped after the game yesterday. They put on a little show.
Look, I'm not
Uh,
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, you see the background. The team always had the weapons. All right. They just had to put it together what they call it in all phases of the game. Right? Now we
yeah.
ain't gonna we ain't gonna speak on defense right now because you ain't about to kill my mood. But hey, they put it together on all phases of the game. I love how consistent and how I hate to use that word consistent because that's what Shane Steichen been trying to use in every press conference. But I love how consistent the play calls been, the executions. It's been very little mistakes. I think it was on like two drop passes all game. That's unheard of. Last year we led the league, I think, almost in drop passes. The offensive line is holding up really good. Daniel Jones, I got to give him his flowers. My man is delivering the ball where it needs to be. Now the downfield stuff, it could get some work, but he's delivering the ball where it needs to be. I love it. I love the execution. I love the integration of Tyler Warren. Hey, I'm not gonna speak too much on Tyler Warren, man. He's what he's advertised to be. I can see why Penn State had him touching the ball every single play in college.
hmm Man, that stat of them scoring, what is it?
10
Every
straight.
possession, 10 straight possessions. That's wild. That's wild. To go, I mean, two games and score every possession. Like I said, I ain't the biggest of Colts fans, not one bit, but I do got to salute and give them Nick Flyers with this, team like 10 possessions. You getting points. You can't beat a team like that.
Yeah,
You
you
can't.
can't say nothing bad about that, man. Like I can nitpick a little bit here and there on it, but honestly, that's the goal. The goal is to end with a kick, no matter what. Right? It's to end with a kick.
Yeah.
We have no turnovers. He said, "Man, nobody want to hear this."
Yeah.
Oh, who do we play? I forgot we played the
Bronco.
Broncos.
Yeah. Okay. We got to recap. We're trying to let a few people get into the stream before we start with our picks.
Yeah.
And try to guys. So just give us a couple minutes. We gonna talk about whatnot too. Uh,
Dewan knew Dewan was gonna come in hating.
yeah, exactly. Let's talk about the quarterback injuries. I think it's like 4 or 5 starting quarterbacks that's gonna be ruled out for next week. Some of them is going. I think McCarthy is out for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Burrow's out for 3 months. Um,
JJ McCarthy got out.
Field, yeah, JJ McCarthy is out. Um, Fields is in concussion protocol. I
Concussion.
do. Purdy is out. I think for
Jaden
his
Daniels is questionable.
Jay Daniels questionable. Uh, how do you think that's going to play out? I'll just say for the Bengals. Um, with them hurting on defense, they spent a lot of money to keep those guys together. How do you think it's going to play out these 3 months for the Bengals?
Yeah, I feel like they put a lot of resources into the offense for the Bengals. It's gonna change the line in general though, as far as like bets go going forward. Um, so I would honestly just keep an eye out on that because some of these lines are just gonna look like, man, should I go for it? Right? But I don't know. Like the Bengals, man, they put so much money into that offense that they just neglected the defense, kind of. Um, and without your main guy there running point guard for you, I don't know. They had enough to beat
Yeah,
Jacksonville, but Jacksonville kind of beat themselves last week or yesterday.
yeah. Hmm. See, Dewan, he said that his fantasy quarterbacks. Um, man, you boy. Looking over the landscape though, like I'm looking at backups, and I think Carson Wentz is in Minnesota, right?
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
we, we may see Jefferson getting the ball, because again, Wentz he can throw it downfield. And again, we know Carson Wentz average quarterback best,
Hmm.
but he can make some throws. So
Yeah.
the one you look at maybe Carson Wentz in Minnesota there.
Yeah. Do some pickups. Honestly, you got to picking up a backup quarterback right now wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
From who was backup for the Bengals? Who was that? Jake Browning.
Yeah.
Jake Browning. I mean, he's
It's
gonna have to throw the ball. He didn't do too bad. Jake Browning, honestly, Jake Browning. Jake Browning actually might be the way to go. I don't know. It all depends on what's left in your fantasy. Honestly, I'm not really big into fantasy, because fantasies can vary. If you only got 8 people in your fantasy, you can pick up some. He said not Carson. Honestly, hey, I wouldn't pick up Carson either. I would
I
not pick
don't-
up Carson.
here's why here's another reason why I say Carson. Aaron Jones is also he'll probably be out next week because of hamstring. You got your boy Jordan Mason. I think that's who it
Jordan
is. They
Mason,
right.
yeah,
He's going. He's a workload. Hey, what's up, Ray Dog? He's gonna be a workload back there. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get 15. I would say 15 to 20 carries for Jordan because I think he had maybe 13 or 14. I think it was last game.
yeah.
Um, so Carson Wentz might not be a bad pickup. And I think was no Addison is. I think he comes back week 3. I think
Addison comes back week 6. He got 6 games
is it week 6?
suspension. Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, don't be surprised, and we're gonna pick up this conversation next week on
yeah.
Carson.
It's just looking at some of the teams that's coming up on there real quick. They got the Bengals. Oh man, battle with the backups next week. Hey y'all, hey, keep that in y'all mind for a play for next week. The Bengals and the Vikings. I know it ain't no game that people gonna want to watch, but just keep in mind, just keep that in your mind for a play next week for bets next week. But shooting over to the nights though, tonight's bets we got 2 double headers, and they
Mm-hmm.
like some good ones, man. They like some good ones. We got actual quarterbacks that that's starting, right? We ain't got no backup quarterbacks tonight, and we got quarterbacks that can throw the ball downfield. Should be some good stats tonight. So, Chad,
Mm-hmm.
what y'all like for tonight? Give us a couple plays that we can look into real quick. Throw some plays into the chat line. What y'all like?
Yeah, I know. I got a play for tonight that I was looking at that I like, and that's C.J. Stroud for 10 rushing yards. It's at -200. Damian Pierce is healthy and active tonight.
Mm-hmm.
All really is Nick Chubb. They got another running back, but I think Stroud, 10 yards with Stroud, I think he get that. I think 30 or 40 yards rushing against the Rams, I think it was. For
You know
Stroud
what's
to get 10,
funny?
what's that?
I think you looked at my card. I think you looked at my card on that one. Because his line is at 13 and a half, right? Taking
Uh-huh.
him at 13 and a half actually might not be bad. With
Yeah,
offensive line issues that Houston has, um,
yeah,
that might not be bad there. I kind of like him at his line at 13 and a half, honestly. If we was
13.
looking at it, 13 and a half is his
Okay. Yeah,
line.
yeah, I
Um,
like that play.
we
4
said last week he
yards.
had over 30 yards,
I think it was about 30 or 40. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
30 or 40. Yeah, in the last couple games going back to last year, he actually was plus 20 there.
yeah.
So I kind of like him at his line at 13 and a half there.
I'm gonna go ahead and put this together as we go along so we can kind of recap when we're done. Um, chat. You got any plays for the night before we throw another one out there?
Dewan, I know you got something cooking up. What you
Yeah.
got?
What you got? My Bears ain't playing, so
On the same token, I'm gonna throw one more out there. Just we're on the same line. That Baker Mayfield at an alternate 10 rushing yards. Um, Baker Mayfield actually hit this at 80% clip over his last 10 games as a stretch, and he cleared it. He wasn't just at there; he cleared it. The Baker Mayfield, he create big plays with his legs and his arm, and it's gonna be a lot of passing situations with a good defensive line for Houston. So I like that. I like the plus 10 on there. Dewan said I like Baker plus two passing TDs. Uh, Evan Evans over 60 yards and Bucks money line. Whew.
and
That's a lot.
that Texans defense is nasty now. You know,
Yeah. But I
don't,
can see why you can say money line for
yeah,
Buccaneers. Um,
yeah.
it's just
Now,
the
now
offense for Texans got a lot of holes, so I can see that.
I like the Buccaneers money line. I do.
Yeah.
Evans for
Evans over 60.
yards.
Is Stingley playing? Anybody know? Is Stingley playing tonight?
I
That's gonna be
don't know.
huge. Cause he gonna be guarding Evans one on one there.
Let me see real quick if he's playing. What's his
Cause
name
he was
again?
Derek Stingley. He's their number one corner for
I mean, I don't see him
for
on
Houston.
I don't see him on the injury list or nothing like that.
Okay. He's actually a pretty solid matchup for Mike Evans. So
Yeah.
you got he
I'm
got Mike Evans at 60 yards. What's Mike
yeah,
Evans line? Mike Evans line is at 66 and a half.
because
Um,
because I
60
was looking at
yards.
the play for Ibuka. I don't know how to
Honestly,
say his name.
I like Ibuka. I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna go back to
Yeah.
Mike Evans in a
Like
second.
I,
But Ibuka, hey,
yeah.
Ibuka.
You know,
The only reason why I like Ibuka is because he built a really good rapport with Ibuka over the training camp. He trusts him like no other. So Baker Mayfield, he can put the ball in enemies' arms, and he just trusts him. He'll throw that bad boy. And since he's been drafted, over the summer, he's been the number one target for Baker Mayfield. So I like Ibuka at 50 yards. What you got him at?
yeah. Well, his line's at 51 and a half. So
51 and a half? Can we take
yeah,
those two?
it's not too far.
We'll take those two. We might as well
Take the line at 51 and a half.
take the line at, let's see, take the line at 51 and a half. What's
What's 50
alternate
yards? 50,
receiving?
uh,
50 is 125.
man, again, man, yards, inches, they all matter.
They do. They do. What you thinking, oh?
Man, we'll go to 50.
50?
50. Because I mean we're only talking a few pennies.
Yes, sir. So going back to what Dewan said over that 60 for Mike
Ev-
Evans. Mike Evans, he's at 66 and a half. That's his actual line there. If you move him to 60, you're looking at a 150. 60 at 150.
Yeah.
Whew.
Man, that's 60
But
yards, Mike Evans. Because I mean, we are in what, week 2? He
yeah.
had a quiet one, didn't he? So I don't know.
What y'all think, Chad? Chad, what we thinking? This community pick? What we thinking, Chad?
Mike Evans, 60 yards.
Mike Evans been doing it so long. He's so savvy. Only reason you right. Last week, he had five receptions, 8 targets. Last week for 51 yards, 8 targets. He's gonna get those targets.
Okay, well how about what's his receptions line?
Oh, let's look at that. Honestly,
Because he's
receptions.
but
They got him at 4.5 there at 152. 4.5 at
mm,
152. We kind honestly we kind of got to go back
six.
to a little bit from last year. Honestly,
Let me
so we go a
see.
little bit from last year. He's looking at 9 receptions, 8 receptions, 5 receptions, he smashed that line over the last 10. Besides against the Raiders. Um, did they play Houston? They didn't play Houston last year. I don't know. What we thinking, Chad? We got receptions and we got receptions or receiving yards, Chad. What we thinking?
Okay, let's okay. Well, let's see. Last week the Texans did play on the road, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were in Puka put 130 yards on their head. Devontae Adams put 51 on their head.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Evans at 60 yards. Maybe that's because you know what? Because let's think about this. The Texans, they were talking about their defense last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they was also talking about the Broncos defense last year and what they looked like yesterday. You know, certain
That's two different styles. You have
yeah,
more
but
that's more. One is a vertical thread vertical scheme, and the other one is more of a crossing scheme. That's two different styles. I wouldn't compare those two. You want to compare? You could compare the Rams, kind of.
that's
I
why I was
don't
look.
know.
See, because the Rams don't do too much crossing, do they? You know,
Right? Yeah, I thought you was comparing the Colts versus.
I was comparing was the how they were talking about the Texans defense being good, but they were talking about last year. You know, they're just
Mhm.
talking about talking about the Broncos defense being good last year, but again, we seen what happened to them yesterday, and they targeted Surtain. So 60 for Mike, 60 for Mike Evans might not be too bad. What's going on, Darren? Thank you for joining the chat. So 60 for Mike Evans, at least 50.
Would they look at 50 then?
Let's look at 50.
50. Ooh, minus two 45.
Oh no. Ooh, nah.
Now let's come back. Let's come back to him. Let's come back. Let's come back to Mike Evans. All right, Chad. Let us know what y'all think about Mike Evans.
Yeah, because the
Uh,
targets is definitely the only thing is,
he is a downfield threat. So honestly, if anybody was
yeah,
to pick him, I would say yeah, yeah.
yeah, like we know he can catch a 50, 40-yard pass and take it for 60. He might be able to catch a 50 or 60-yard pass. But for him to go, what is it, 8 targets, 5 receptions, I think it was for 50 some yards.
Hmm.
That sounds like some underneath, short.
Wait. So let's look at this. This could have been a one off, right? Let's look at it real
Yeah.
quick. Could have been a one off. Last one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. At last 9, he's went over that line. Besides that one. So
Right.
and a lot of time before that he
And that's
didn't go
going
over it was in October of last year. So 60 actually might not be bad. But the
running
thing is,
60.
when he goes under it, he goes under
Yeah.
it.
He's
The
on
60
yeah,
might
he's
not
on
be bad, actually. The 60 might not be too bad.
60. Well, hey, we're running 60. This is a community thing. Let's run the 60 then.
We're gonna run a 60 to one. Hey, good pick in there.
Yeah.
Good way to back that up, especially with the numbers. The numbers backs it up a lot. Actually, over 70%. Says
Yeah.
play it. So I like
Yeah.
it.
Uh did you
He said,
say
"Let's go,
something about
Colts."
Baker Mayfield rushing
Oh yes, sir.
earlier?
You didn't get
I
that one,
had
Baker Mayfield 10 yards.
I had him for 15. You know what?
Ooh, I thought about it, but the line was just too good at 10.
Yeah. I thought about 15. Um 10 yards was what's his line for 10 yards?
Well, his line is at 16 and a half. So if you was going, that's why I
Yeah, that's
like
what
the
yeah,
10.
yards. I'll take him at 15 minus 146.
Minus 146. Okay. If you want that buffer, you could
Yeah,
take him at 10, but that minus
yeah,
15 don't sound like a bad play. When I looked at his, again, over the last 10, 80% over the last 10. So minus
yeah,
15, 15 is good. He
yeah,
said I like Baker at 15 yards. Yeah, that's a good
yeah.
pick.
Now
So
we have four.
let's jump a little
Right,
bit at the
let's
Raiders
jump to
game.
the other. Yeah, yeah. Now, oh man, that.
I can start off with you if you like.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
I
You,
like
you.
Geno Smith passing yards. I like Geno Smith passing yards. I know it's not just the hype of last week. Geno Smith, I don't think that they're going to be playing from ahead much tonight. So
Mm-hmm.
passing the ball is going to be a necessity tonight against the Chargers. Um, Tonight's game will be a game of true test for the Chargers as well. It's another divisional game. They already 1-0 in the division. If they can lock in this one, this it puts them ahead a lot over the division. So I can see them playing from behind. The Raiders playing from behind a lot tonight. Um, Raiders plays the Chargers tonight. It's the divisional game, and I believe they're in Las Vegas.
They're in Vegas. You see the Vegas
Yeah,
background. See the Vegas back.
yeah. So
Fremont.
they're in Las Vegas tonight. Gino has the capability of throwing for 300 every night, any night. So taking him
Yeah.
at 225 is a good line because his actual passing line tonight, I want to say, yes, 246 and a half. So I jumped that all the way down to be safe with it
Hmm.
to 225. And that 225 was at minus 200. Um, so, Chad, if y'all like it more, you can go over that. But that 225 is that safe bet for me there. And I don't know. And I just
Yeah.
had one. I've had this in my notes. It says, "Do Vegas know who he is?" On prime time, he seems to be like he put it together on prime time games. I will tell you that about
Yeah.
Geno Smith.
Woo. That's a nice one. I had a few issues with this game. I was going back and forth on some things.
Ooh.
Um, I like the Genty 40. Definitely lad over 40. Yeah, but the thing is, we're looking at their lines. Because we don't want to get the parlay too long with lines. Like it's already gonna be probably about 8 from what I'm looking at now. But let
Yeah.
me look because what's
I'm
lad
gonna look at a
line?
couple. I'm gonna look at a couple of those while you're talking. Brock Bowers. I don't know if I'm gonna touch him. I ain't gonna lie
Brock
to you.
Bowers banged up. I think he's
Yeah,
been back. So
he's
yeah.
questionable for the night, ain't he?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. One person I am looking at is Jacoby Myers.
Ooh.
Um, I like this his line's at 60 something, but I like him at 60 yards. Because we know Gino is gonna throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Dewan, I'm only making one. So I mean, but again, these are community picks. We're throwing them out there, and you can run them how you want to. You know,
Yeah.
you
We're just giving you a couple ideas on like what you would play.
yeah,
You can run them straight. You can round robin them. You can split them up. You can do however you want to do it. Um, there's plenty of promos out there for you to do multiple parlays as well tonight.
yeah.
Um,
So we're just
it's
getting
a
some
lot of
line.
promos out there.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna take Kobe Myers at 60 yards at 164. It's on FanDuel. Um, I mean that play there. If Gino throws for 300, Myers is definitely gonna get 60 of them. 60 of those yards
You
for
said
sure.
Jacoby Myers. Let
Yeah,
me go back on Jacoby Myers real quick while you talking on that one.
yeah.
Uh,
I also looked at your boy Johnston, but I was looking at his receptions.
Johnston.
Yeah, Quentin, your boy.
Oh, for the
I
Chargers.
had yeah for the Chargers. Um, I was looking at him. I don't know if I'm gonna go with that 4 receptions tonight. Um, oh, man, he's like I said, man, I have issues with his hands. I know he showed out,
I ain't gonna lie
because
to you. That's the biggest question mark you got right there is his
that's the
hands. But
thing. And
they well, I'll tell you this, man. Herbert, no matter how many times that man dropped the ball, Herbert will give him chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. Now, going back to real quick before you go into Johnston, I'm gonna go back to DeWine's lad over 40 yards. What is
mhm.
that? What's his line at? Lad
Let
McConkey
me look.
is their 75. He's at 75.
Yeah, he's at
Uh
75. Wait a minute. Yeah, he's at
40,
75.
yeah,
So
40
40
ain't gonna
yards.
cut it, DeWine.
Not not minus 670. That yeah, we can't. Yeah.
Yeah, 40 ain't gonna cut it on that. So going to Johnston, right? So what is Johnston at?
For receptions,
Oh, you got him
he's
at
at
reception. You talking about receptions or receiving yards?
I was looking at his receptions. His receptions is right at 3.5.
Okay. Last week he was eating last week, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was eating last week.
Yeah.
He was
They
eating.
only got it, but they only got him at 43.5 yards. I don't like that for 4 receptions.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that. I don't 43 and a
Yeah.
40.
I said that's like nah, you know.
I think I might take his 40. I think I might take 40 yards on him, honestly. If I was to put him on there, I think the 40 yards for Quentin Johnston gives me minus 138.
What's his numbers been looking like?
And he was gonna ask me something like that. I didn't want to back it up with I didn't want to back it up with numbers.
Hold on, let me put. I might be able to.
His numbers. So this year, of course, he had 79 yards last week in the opener against the who they played last week, the
Chiefs.
Chiefs last week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he had a really good matchup last week, and honestly, this week he has a better matchup. So I like him at the 40 yards. His matchup this week is a lot better. I don't trust the DBs for the Raiders at all. I'll be 100% honest with you. That's one.
All
That's
right.
one. That's
40,
one position I feel like they neglected over there. Um, is that
40
now?
yards, 138. I like it.
Yeah, 40 yards. Now another play I do like there on that game. All right, so let's talk about this. All right, we got the same draft class, rookies head to head. You've been hearing this whole time, Omari Hampton, Genty. Genty's the next thing coming. Omari Hampton said, "Wait a minute, I'm here." So what y'all looking at?
Oh man.
And I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hampton.
I feel like the Chargers are gonna have a lot more opportunity to run the ball. I like Hampton over 50 yards. That's what I'm looking at. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, because he did go up against a stout
Tough.
Kansas City defensive
Yes,
line. Like,
you had Chris Jones right in the middle, blowing everything up.
yeah, yeah, and he's not going to have to face that this week. I
Now,
think this game shoot out myself.
I like him at
Um,
50 yards. His line is 57 and a half. So what you think?
I like that play. I like it
I
for
like.
him, man. 50 because he last week I think he had. Well, they was going against the Chiefs. He definitely had a lot of carries.
He got his. I
Um,
think he got his yards last week. I want to say. Yes, sir.
my thing, he's getting the carries. You know, they were
Mm-hmm.
still giving. Oh, you know, the Chiefs was stuffing him. So Hampton at 50 yards.
Yes, sir. And Dewan says Justin Herbert rushing yards.
Justin.
So you take him at his line?
Now,
His line is at
now,
16 and a half. What y'all think?
now, yeah. Last week I did take Justin Herbert, and but that play was merely because of the Chiefs line.
Yeah,
That's why I
I
took
can
the
see that.
rushing yard. This week, I don't think the Raiders got enough to, really have him, scramble. I
Yeah,
could be
force him out the
wrong,
pocket.
but yeah, my play last week was just on the Chiefs defensive line and his rushing yards.
All right. So last week what he get? He got 32 rushing yards last week. Ooh.
Yeah, but I looked at that early. If you look at the other games though, they wasn't.
All right,
and
so
that's even
you know what's good about this is the divisional game. We can look at the head-to-head on this one, right? Um,
yeah.
and honestly, it's kind of the same line from last year, right? They got the same offensive defensive line from last year, don't they? Because Wilkins really didn't play last year for the Raiders, so they got close to the same one. Yeah, he hasn't hit that line last year. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what.
6. I don't like it.
Yeah, I would take Herbert rushing yards if they was playing a team that, that could get some pressure on the ball. But I don't think the Raiders are gonna be able to bring that. So that because I looked at that, but then you also got to factor in, the team he's playing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Um, that's true. So I got Amari Hampton. So are we doing? Are we touching Genty or not? We want to
Oh
kind of
man,
wrap this up here soon because how many? What we looking at? What we
we
at?
got.
6, 7.
Here's my thing. I think I'm gonna wait on Genty because Genty didn't impress me last week. Again,
Not me neither.
yeah, he didn't impress me last week. He looked like a running back from Boise State. I mean, he got the carry he was at, but I'm just saying, you could tell the difference between how Omarion Hampton run. Now, granted, he
Hmm.
played, he was hitting the hole. It's just that Chris Jones and all them was there, but Raiders played who they play last week? Um,
Ready to play the Patriots, I believe.
yeah, they played the Patriots last week, and he was still missing holes, and so
And that's what the Patriots will do for you, though. The Patriots will muddy it up for you and make you, bounce things out and things like that. So I will give the Patriots credit for that. But you're right.
yeah,
He didn't look like an elite running back just from game one. I will say just from
yeah,
game one, because we only got one game to go off of, guys. Just from game one, he didn't look like the next level
mhm,
to me.
yeah. And then I mean, I like Hampton because again, Herbert's gonna throw the ball, and he spread it around last week, and so I think that's gonna open up some lanes for Hampton this
Hmm.
week. So I like the Hampton play. I'm gonna stay away from Genty for he's got to show me something. He's got to
Yeah.
really show.
And I feel like Hampton's going to come out and be like, hey, me versus you, I think I'm the best running back out here. Now I think
Yeah,
because that's the mindset you gotta have. You know what I'm saying? If you go to a draft, somebody's higher than you gotta go out there and be like, nah, y'all made a mistake, right?
yeah,
There's a lot
especially
of hype against Genty.
yeah, and if you're what you were saying that you think the Raiders are probably gonna be playing from behind, Genty's not gonna get those touches. That ball's gonna be going in the air. So and if the Chargers get up, they're gonna give it to Hampton and who else is back? Najee Harris, I think, is back there. He might get more. He might get a few more touches. So yeah, I like the Hampton over the Genty play, most definitely.
I, I see that too. So, can you give us a kind of a rundown of what we got going on here?
All right, so
Jawan, I got you
yeah,
here a little bit later.
yep. So what we got here is for the Tampa Bay the Buccaneers Texas game, we got
Mm-hmm.
C over 13 and a half rushing yards. We
Okay.
got Mike
Buka.
Igbuka. Yeah, we got him for 50 yards receiving. We got Mike Evans for 60 yards receiving. We got Baker Mayfield for 15 yards rushing. So those are the four we got from the first game. The Chargers Raiders, we got Geno Smith at 225 yards, and CJ Stroud he just suspended his
Oh,
line.
is this game live? 7
Oh, it
o'clock.
is.
So,
Well, we
guys,
got to
lock
get him.
this in for the first game. Lock it in quick because it will change. The game is live. I just want y'all to know that game is live.
Yeah.
And then the second game we got real quick on.
We got Geno Smith, 225 yards rushing, Myers, 60 yards, Quentin Johnston, 40 yards receiving, Omarion Hampton, 50 yards rushing.
Yep, with Geno Smith 225 yards passing.
Yep.
All right, guys, go ahead and lock those in real quick. I know the game just started. It should let you lock in a couple of them before the line
Yeah.
change.
Yep. 10-yard guy. Yep. I'm locking mines in now. All right. Thank y'all for tuning into the stream tonight. Again, we'll be back Thursday night at 6:30 for those games. Um, good night, everyone. Brandon, you got any last words?
Nope, that's it. Let's go ahead and win this money tonight, guys. Let us know if y'all won, or even if y'all ain't won, you're getting close. If some other thoughts, let us know in the comments below. That's it.
All right. All right. Thank y'all. Peace.